At Brown's Roofing, we put our customers first. Our expert project managers are there to answer all your questions and help you out with anything you need. When disaster strikes, either a hailstorm or a leaky roof, you need a contractor in which you can trust.
Hey folks, good afternoon and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. What's next for you? Visit cnext.bank for more, the exclusive banking partner of the Digital Weather Desk. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join us middle part of this Thursday as we kind of get geared up for the next shot of cold air that punches into the area this weekend. Could maybe even bring a snow flurry or two to the area, although it really won't cause any issues. It will probably be annoying to a lot of folks that are sick of seeing the wintry precipitation, and maybe even a little treat to those that actually still want to see a snowflake or two. But again, at this point, not expected to be a big problem. Latest information, the United Way of Northeast Louisiana is launching the family relief effort to help working families stabilize after unexpected hardship. In Northeast Louisiana, 56% of households are ALICE or below. ALICE meaning asset limited, income constrained, employed families. Basically, families who work really hard without a financial safety net. So while emergency response efforts focus on immediate safety, many families continue to face ongoing challenges such as lost wages, higher utility costs, food replacement expenses, and transportation disruptions. So the family relief effort builds on the United Way's ongoing ALICE work and insights gained through 211. So as always, individuals can dial 211 to connect to resources in their area. The call is free, confidential, and available 24/7. But to apply for assistance from the family relief effort, you can go to unitedwaynela.org/family-relief-effort. You can see it there on your screen. And to donate to the family relief effort, you can text Family Relief, all one word, to 91999. So again, the family relief effort is underway by the United Way of Northeast Louisiana. We will continue to provide that information fairly frequently over the coming days. Check of the visible satellite, and again, the ice and snow melt continues across the vast majority of the region. You can see your city-by-city forecast at the bottom of your screen, especially for folks that are without power and just need to get the basics of the forecast. And of course, if you don't want to stick around for a video, forecast is always available on the app and at digitalweatherdesk.com. And I just updated all those forecast numbers as we start to pivot toward the weekend. Still dealing with some cloud cover, but the melting continues across the region. Your radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Again, you can schedule your free roof inspection at brownsroofingla.com. Leaks, discoloration, things just don't look right from your roof as you continue to thaw out. Jimmy and the guys are standing by. So again, brownsroofingla.com to schedule that roof inspection, residential or commercial. Nothing doing, but I wouldn't be surprised, again, to see some shallow moisture kind of get trapped in the surface or near the surface and maybe muster up a snow flurry or two as we head through the early part of the day on Saturday. Power outage numbers, again, starting to improve and starting to improve at a faster pace. Obviously, it's one of those, you get the snowball kind of rolling downhill and you get the main spots kind of up and running, and then you can send those crews out to attack and really disperse a little bit more efficiently across the entire region. So again, it's going to take some time, but we are starting to see some of the improvements in those numbers. And again, these are unofficial by most stretches, but we are making some inroads there. Check of temperatures from this morning. It was quite cold to start the day, but we have seen temperatures rebound nicely this afternoon. In fact, at lunchtime, 50 degrees in many locations. 50 in El Dorado, 51 in Monroe, 48 Ruston, 50 in St. Joseph. So again, some improvements, some good news, just thawing out, melting off the roadways. A little bit of sunshine mixed in with the clouds from time to time, and some strong southerly winds, generally in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range. So that's a nice little treat across the region. Drought monitor obviously seeing some improvements with the snow and the ice that we dealt with over the last week, but I just showed this to you because it's been updated. Take it for what it's worth, especially considering there's ice and sogginess all over the ground across the region. Check of the Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports. I-20 frontage road in Monroe. Winds are back out of the south until an area of low pressure brings our next big Arctic cold front through the area late tonight through the early part of the day tomorrow. So temperatures will be noticeably cooler through the day on Friday. So enjoy the milder conditions while they last today. Again, some shallow moisture could kind of get trapped in as we reinforce the colder air through the weekend. That could allow for a flurry or two Saturday morning. Again, not expected to really be a problem. And then the northerly and northwesterly winds continue to build in through the rest of the day on Sunday. But the winds shift to the south and southwest quickly early next week. It leads to a warm-up ahead of another cold front that'll bring rain chances by the middle parts of next week. So the overall pattern, a little bit more active. We were in a drought conditions essentially for the vast majority of the region, and it looks like the month of January has kind of opened the ArkLaMiss up for business, and storm systems will probably be a little bit more frequent as we go into the month of February, which is usually a pretty active month for our area regardless. Look at the precip outlook as we go through the next 6 to 10 days. Shows at least some confidence of being above average, and then we should also be kind of on the tail end of this colder than normal stretch across the region, seeing temperatures perhaps return a smidge closer to normal as we head through the early parts of next month. High temperatures today still landing in the low to mid 50s. Again, it'll be a pretty pleasant afternoon across the area. And we're going to continue to see some improvements in that regard through the daytime hours. The downside to it is the cold front darts through the area tomorrow, and so while many of us will be above freezing to start the day, we'll see another prolonged stretch below freezing starting really late Friday night and continuing through Saturday. A lot of us won't get above freezing on Saturday, and then we may not get back above freezing until Sunday afternoon. So not just a ridiculously prolonged stretch of sub-freezing temperatures, but a prolonged stretch of cold air starting Friday, continuing through Saturday, and then we start to warm up Sunday, Monday. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Again, chainsaws, generators, things like that. 3B Hardware, 3B Outdoor Equipment in Sterlington, Monroe, and West Monroe. The folks at 3B are just kind of standing by to help out. Again, Russell Moore Lumber has utility poles if you need those. ServPro, call the local number if you have water damage, 345-5121. We have a lot of our local businesses that can and are standing by to help post-storm, and whatever you need, that they're there to help out. So look at the 7-day forecast. Shows the colder temperatures arriving this weekend, and then another front bringing rain chances back in middle parts of next week. So overall, unfortunately, quite winter-like as we go into the weekend. Make sure you're staying warm safely. There will inevitably be some folks this weekend that have to deal with this next cold punch, likely without electrical service. That's something that we at least need to think about. So if you know of somebody, especially in the rural areas, that it may take some more time to get roadways cleared, to get service restored or whatever, if you know folks like that that are without power, and the prospects of them going without power this weekend is going to be an issue, but we can reach them now in some ways, let's help them out. If you, again, be a good neighbor, continue to take care of folks. I know there's a lot of fatigue in the whole being a good neighbor and checking on one another and all that stuff, but imagine the fatigue for the folks that are still without power. And so there becomes a level of frustration and desperation and just kind of despair. So be somebody shining light if you can, and like I said, let's all help out where we can, when we can, as we continue to pick up and clean up from this natural disaster, and that's exactly what it is. Again, text Family Relief to 91999 if you would like to donate to the Family Relief effort. You can go to unitedway.org/family-relief-effort to apply for assistance, and we will continue to provide more information like that over the coming days about where you need to go if you have damage, to report that damage, all those types of things as we set up to get into the post-storm recovery and relief across the ArkLaMiss. I'll join you a little bit later today with another updated look at the forecast. Again, all those numbers were just refreshed on the app and at the website, so you can check them there. Again, just hang in there, folks, as we continue to try to get back to some set of normalcy over the next few days and weeks. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. So glad you're here. Have a great rest of your Thursday.